Alright, hello and welcome to Floops Big House Adventure. I was gonna look at the costume. Oh well. My costume is a green frog. Alright, seems pretty easy. That's like we get The Simpsons on the TV. Combat feels a little weird, but probably because we're like shooting in two different directions, left and right. With the Z-Nex keys, they work, I think, perfectly fine for it. This gun is hot garbage, though. It barely does anything. I think that's one thing that, like, I'm always not a fan of. You know, if you're gonna give somebody, I don't know, a gun, you know, the least you can do is to make the gun, like, do things you would expect a gun to do. And that's kill things rather quickly. Floop, we died. Already. Let's see, let's check the costumes. Quite a few costumes. I'm gonna go with the cat. Well, at least the objects in the, I don't know, this is the living room, I suppose. I mean, anyway, what I was gonna say is at least the objects, seem like they can kind of be a buffer zone for us. I like that the extra damage of our new gun is essentially nothing. That would be pretty unfortunate if you were like living in a 90s cartoon world like this, and you know, you had to defend your living room from various, I don't know, Saturday morning cartoon rejects. I guess I say that, but like, I mean, they wouldn't be like this art style is like exactly what you would have expected. I don't know if anybody remembers the show Real Monsters. I would say this has like a little bit of a feeling of that. That's kind of what I see when I look at this. And Real Monsters was a favorite cartoon of my own when I grew up as a child. I wonder how many rounds there are. Apparently the cat costume is what I needed to do. Ooh, oh, well. I thought like we were gonna get money or something, but I think it was just like a score thing. Ooh, I just shoot arrows. Do I go in the portal? Bob's Wicked Awesome Super Duper Shop. Hello, Bob. What do we got? Oh, well, I didn't want to just... I thought it maybe they would at least tell me, like, what that was. That's unfortunate. I didn't want to buy it. I wanted to actually see what those were to see if they were actually worth it. Oh well, it's a little bit disappointing. It definitely seems very important to kind of hit that dude. Yeah. But I don't know if we have like more levels that are going to come up, or exactly like what's potentially going to happen here. I'm also not entirely sure of like how these weapons are working. Because, I mean, like, this penetrates, like, it means it goes through the other enemy, obviously. I can read and I understand what that stuff means, but I'm not 100% sure of, like, how any of it works. So yeah, this part sucks. Like, I don't know what these do. Like, I don't know what's the best choice. Like, this is a mushroom. Is that good or bad? And, like, the odds of me remembering what everything is are pretty small. Boss fight. Oh, you know what? Here's another show that this game reminds me of, and it's actually not from the 90s. It's from just a couple of years ago, and that is Mr. Pickles. Which, if you've ever seen Mr. Pickles, I mean, it's a very strange show, but it's quite good. Like, it's very comical and whatnot. It's got some I don't know. It's a good show, man. It's just kind of weird. It's definitely something that I don't think everyone would enjoy, and I died, because of course I did. How far back do we go? All the way to the beginning. Alright, well, we'll give it another run and just kind of see how it goes. Overall, like, I would say that I'm enjoying my experience here. It's a fun game. I really like the art style. The art style is probably my favorite part of it. I definitely feel it looks rather unique. There's not a lot of games that actually pull off this art style, I think, and that's easily the kind of the standout. The gameplay itself is really, really simple, and I think it's like, it's fine. Like, I'm having a good time, but it's not very complex. It doesn't feel like there's really much to it. The weapon progression is kind of odd because I just don't quite understand, like, the value of the new weapons and everything. It just doesn't make as much sense as you might expect. Like, I get a new weapon that doesn't, it says it increases damage, and then I got something that penetrates. What exactly is happening? Is it that one gun is something that does more damage, and one gun is something that does penetration? Like, I don't know, because part of me thinks that the weapons are kind of like stacking, like that it's beneficial to pick up multiple weapons because one will, increase damage, one is going to increase penetration, but then I get the penetration one and it doesn't actually do that, so I know that's not the case. So it's really difficult for me to kind of look at this and figure out exactly what it does. And then I get to this room and I am not happy with it because I have no idea what does what. I have to guess. I mean, this does shields. That's pretty cool. So yeah, I definitely wish that there was something that kind of gave us a bit of information before we actually take whatever it is that we take, because not knowing what we're getting means that we have to just like take a shot in the dark and hope that our choice is a good one. It's like a mystery box, I don't know. I guess I just don't really like the idea of having to make a choice and not knowing what it is, and the expectation that I have to remember what something is for a later time is something that it's just not going to happen. Bullet speed up. I like that the life is tacos. I also feel like this sock does like is like another one of those weapons that does like extra damage. But I mean, again, like I said, it doesn't feel like it actually does anything. You know, so it's pretty much, you know, get a weapon that you like and then you're kind of stuck with it. You're not stuck with it, but I mean, like, you take a weapon and it's kind of what you stick with because it works better than all the other ones. Spinning seems like a good idea. Fire rate up and damage. Alright. We got it this time, Floop. We can do it. Really? Well, things were going really good there for a very small amount of time. Alright, there we go. We defeated Angry Mo. Looks like Mo. Alright, stapler, football, peppers, and just speed. It's not super helpful, but we got all our tacos back, so that's good news. I'm kind of confused as to why we keep getting that, like, why is the game saving all the time? Like, it doesn't seem like we get to continue. So I don't really see the point, and I guess I should have kept with the explosives, because this, the sock gun is not as good as the explosives. It's taking more hits. I want the chicken. I like that we started getting like a new variety of enemies. I think that's one thing that is always difficult to successfully pull off in games like this. And that is, you know, like amping up the difficulty and introducing new mechanics at a rate that's good and enjoyable. And I would say that the game has done a really good job with it. I need to get whatever it is you got at your store. I need that explosive getting in. Like, nothing really compares to explosives. I don't know. Let's take this. I shrunk. I'm a little bit smaller. I don't feel any smaller. Like, I mean, I guess I am slightly smaller, but I guess it's such a small change that it's really difficult to see. It does suck a little bit that, like, I only can shoot in 2 different directions. I don't know if there's, like, weapons I could get that would allow me to have multiple angles. I don't necessarily want to say that the game actually needs the ability to shoot at multiple angles. I just feel like it would make things a little bit easier. And I'm gonna get killed very soon. Hopefully, like, when I die, I get to start back at this stage, because if not, I think it's gonna be a little bit of a problem. Like, I have no idea. Like, I wish I knew what these did, if they would be beneficial at all, or... I don't know, I thought fish might, like, give me health. There are very, very few drops of health. I think I've seen one taco drop. Which means, you know, our opportunities for failure are essentially zero. Which isn't bad if you're like somebody who really enjoys the difficulty of having to do everything perfect your first time. But for people like me who tend to, you know, have various mistakes and you know, what failure is not just a possibility, it's almost an inevitability. I definitely prefer to have, like, things a little bit, I don't know, I don't want to say easier, but forgiving might be the word that I'm looking for. I don't know if I need to, like, really go after these worms. I will admit, there is a lot going on, and I don't want to say it's, like, too difficult to pay attention to what's going on. It definitely has the difficulty in itself of just making sure that you are able to, you know, pay attention to everything going on, and still, like, stay alive. But it's not, like, too much. I wonder what the apple does. The apple could do something good. Oh, backfire is actually a nice thing, you know? I mean, like... Oh, hooray! We already took a hit. Dang, man. Alright, where is the portal? Give me something good, dude. This looks like it could be rockets. Ugh. No, it's bread. It's not helpful. I mean, the least that the least the shopkeeper could do is, like, give me some, you know, like, some health, you know? He could sell health. And it seems kind of unfair that he was so close that I couldn't do anything at all. Okay, so he does sell health, and it's good to know. Like, I feel like I don't know, the shopkeeper could have easily have done that, like, earlier, given me something of value. A little extra health. I will say the shield has been a good purchase, but... Oh, there we go. Everything will be okay now. I have explosives. Never mind. Yeah, the explosive weaponry definitely feels a little bit overpowered in comparison to the other weapons. I mean, I think that's probably fine because they are explosives. I mean, that's probably kind of like what we should expect. I know, and I just sit here talking about how happy I am with explosives, and I pick up a new weapon. Well, I mean, it's a new weapon. I haven't used it yet. I gotta try it. I guess I should have kept that. Alright, I want to see what happens with the retry. Do we start all the way from the beginning? And we do. That's kind of unfortunate. So, I guess this is going to be like where I stopped for the video. I think 20 minutes is a pretty decent showcase of what to expect. Overall, it gets a thumbs up, you know, like with a whole human thumb. The highlights of the game are easily the boss fights and just the graphics in general. I think if you like grew up watching cartoons in the 90s, just from the nostalgia factor, this is potentially going to give you like a couple of like happy memories, and happy memories are better than bad memories. So I personally am happy to have experienced this. Now, I'm not going to lie to you and say that I can really thoroughly remember anything from when I was a kid. I remember some things, I don't remember everything. I only vaguely remember the cartoons that I used to watch, like, you know, Animaniacs, Real Monsters, which is kind of a funny story because, I don't want to say funny story, but I mean, I couldn't watch The Simpsons because my family was very religious at the time, and I couldn't watch The Simpsons for whatever reason. I don't exactly remember why, but, you know, basically, it was the devil. But then, like, all Real Monsters, I guess my family maybe chilled out a little bit at that point, because then I could start, like, watching other cartoons. Anyway, again, your mileage is going to vary based on the memories and everything, and I don't think you should play a game just because it reminds you of something from your past. That's positive, but I think that certainly is something that lends to the game's allure and makes it something that stands out, and at least I can walk away from this saying, this is a good time. I am going to keep playing this myself, just because I am enjoying it. It is a fun experience, but given my pass fail rates, I'm not going to subject people to like a very long video, well, any longer than it already is, I guess, of me, you know, not really potentially getting as far in the game as one might expect a person to do. But remember, I'm just a casual player. Like, I'm not what you would consider a professional. You got to keep your expectations in check. And yeah, I'm just gonna fight the boss again, and then that's where I'm gonna end the video, just because I feel like that way I kind of go out on this relatively triumphant end, you know, like it's, you know, I fought the boss and I won. I just feel like it's a good ending. And in the closing, I should also mention, I spent a lot of time talking about the graphics. But yeah, when it comes to the actual combat, it's okay. It's super simple. It is very, very simple, which I don't think is a bad thing. I do wish that there was a little bit more, you know, I don't know if I want to say, like, help. I just wish it was a little bit more clear on the weapons. Like, I still don't understand how they work completely. I'm so confused. You know, I understand that when I go to this store and I purchase something, it would appear that buying something that gives me a damage plus is actually going to make whatever weapon I have at the time actually more powerful, or, you know, have some other kind of effect and everything. That part makes sense to me. But, you know, just kind of playing in general and picking up weapons, that makes a little bit less sense, because it seems like we don't really get anything other than like one specific thing for that weapon. So I don't know, it's just kind of my thought. So there you go, that's Floops Big House Adventure. It's a very entertaining title. I really enjoy it. Come for the graphics and stay for the gameplay. It's fun. It is absolutely the highlight of my morning so far, and it's still early yet, so that's all I got for this. The link is in the description. I encourage you to check it out for yourself. You could always wishlist it, or you can buy it, whatever. Do whatever works for you, but I think you'll have a great time with it. I know I have so far.